imagine that the mosaicist was trying to give you a three-dimensional mosaic. At each corner there is a thing called a telemon, and the telemons are like caryatids, the female versions. They hold up the buildings, and here you've got 4 of these holding up a pergola that's decorated with this ropework or guilloche pattern. Notice that they're all stepping out of their roundels, these cartouches, and they're all foreshortened so that you get a sort of a feeling of perspective. Now, when this was first uncovered, just this little bit, this was the first bit that was uncovered, Lindsay Medford over there, who's valiantly excavating, sent me a photograph of this, and I thought it was a joke because such a thing has never been found in Britain. And the only other mosaic that has these walking telemons is in the Vatican and was found in Italy at a place called Tusculum in 1741. In the borders, you've got various mythological characters. So here we've got Hercules killing a centaur. You can see the centaur's wearing a fur cloak, but it's a fashionable fur cloak because it's got a thing called a circular thing called an orbiculum on them that were very popular in the 4th century. On each side there was one of these cupids jumping out of a roundel. Again, as you see, it's jumping out of its roundel, it's not confined in a roundel, and each one is holding a ring. And these rings, first of all, I thought these were going to be seasons, like at Chedworth, but they're not. They're all holding crowns of victory. So the whole theme of the floor is one of triumph and victory. We here have a wine cup, another victory, and here is the only telemon that's perfectly complete, and you can see what a lovely thing it was originally. Now, I said it's meant to be three-dimensional, that you're meant to be looking at it standing up. And here we've got a wonderful feature. There's a little archer, who I believe is a famous hunter called Syas, and he's firing his bow, but he's firing his bow into the other border. And I don't know of another mosaic where this occurs, where somebody in one border connects with something else in the other border. And here's a wonderful lion with the arrow going through him and blood spurting out. Here we have a scene which I think is Alexander taming his stallion Bucephalus that was afraid of his shadow, and so Alexander turns him round. And you can see he's badly damaged, but you can see Alexander here, that's his face, and he is holding a leash which goes on to Bucephalus. This is probably done by the apprentice. It's very, very fine tesserae and badly damaged, but it isn't the same quality as the other horses on the mosaic. Now, the great theme of this mosaic is the story of Pelops. Pelops came to Greece to try to marry Princess Hippodamia, and this rather burned figure, I'm afraid the colours on some of it have turned she's turned blue because she's had burning on her. But you can see her torso here, and she was originally coming into the scene sort of fluttering. And on the throne there is her father, Enamaus. He's mostly gone, but he's got his hand out here in a gesture of presentation. And there's his legs. He's got very very strange toes that look a bit like frogs. And here we have a guard who's pointing to the princess coming in. Now this guard is the only representation in Britain of a 4th century warrior. There's not another representation anywhere in the country that's been found showing somebody with shield and spear in contemporary dress that is can be said to be a warrior. So a friend of mine who excavates on Hadrian's Wall has just published a book bemoaning the fact that there are no warriors on any representation. So I wrote back to him and said, yes, there is. Got one here. Now, as I say, Pelops comes to the court and wants to marry the princess. But the king had been told that his future son-in-law, whoever he was, would be the death of him. And so he challenges every prospective suitor, and there were 18 of them before Pelops, to a chariot race. But he cheats by putting the princess in the opponent's chariot. And of course they're frightened of her falling out, so they lose. And every time they lose, he has their heads cut off. And there's just a little roundel there, and that was one of the heads of one of the opponents. I can't remember if I told you, but this Pelops story and the chariot race, there's only 2 other examples in the whole of the Roman Empire. There's one mosaic from Damascus and one from a new palace found at Najeda in Spain. So Boxford's chariot race and everything is the 3rd in the whole world. Here you can see the chariot race taking place. The king is in his chariot here, and he's wearing a Phrygian cap. The clue to this, and the thing that made me realize what the story was just a little device held in this fellow's hand. Now this chap is called Myrtilus, and he had been a former lover of Pelops, and Pelops persuaded him to remove the linchpin of the king's chariot and replace it with a wax one. He'd promised him half his kingdom and the first night with the princess. So Myrtilus, you can see, with the linchpin. The king takes to the course, and you can see here we have 4 horses. So he had a quadriga chariot. And of course the wheels come off and the king gets killed. So here you can see it's badly damaged, but here is Pelops. There's his 2 feet, and here's the finishing line. So Pelops is waiting at the finishing line, knowing that he's won the race. And above him is his name, or part of his name. There's an E-L-O-P with an S joining it. Unfortunately for Myrtilus, Pelops didn't keep to his word, and they had a disagreement, and he threw him over a cliff. But as he went down, he cursed the house of Pelops, and they had bad luck for generations. Now the other scene on this pavement is here, and this is the straw here is a real nuisance. It blows everywhere. Here you will see Pegasus with his rider Bellerophon on his back. Unfortunately, Bellerophon's head's missing now. Something fell on it. But here we have the chimera that Bellerophon, once again searching for the hand of a princess, was sent off to kill. The chimera, who's done by the same mosaicist, the lion over there, breathed fire from 3 heads. It had a lion's head and body. From its back there was a goat's head, and from both of these you can see sort of heat rays coming out. And at the end it had a serpent's tail. This is its back foot, its paw, and that's one of its legs. We've lost its hindquarters really. There was a tail that had a serpent's head, and they all breathed fire, and Bellerophon managed to kill it by shoving a piece of lead down the throat, which choked it to death. The connection between Bellerophon and Pelops and Pegasus is that Bellerophon was the son of Poseidon, the sea god. Pegasus was the son of Poseidon by Medusa. You remember the woman with the snakes in her hair? And Pegasus was born when Perseus cut off Medusa's head and he jumped fully grown from her neck. And Poseidon was also the lover of Pelops. Sex was sex in the ancient world, and there was nothing until Christianity came along to differentiate between it. And that's about it, really. That's the. We have some inscriptions here which are really important. Very few inscriptions survive on English mosaics, but we have a plethora of them here. We've lost that one, unfortunately. This one says Bellerophon, and it's called Bellerophontes, and it's the same spelling as appears on a mosaic in Spain. Here we have Pelops again. There's Pegasus written across there. That I haven't been able to translate, but there's a word that in Latin means connive, so it must be something to do with the plot. And this is a marvellous one. It says, "I want to live." So, in other words, it refers to the plot of Myrtilus and Pelops.
We brought the mosaic back to life.
Thank you. Yes, and I have to say, well, I have to say that it's hard work by the people of this area that have brought it back to life. They've been. I came the second week when it was about to be uncovered, so I didn't have the slog of having to remove all the flints. As you can see, it was more or less like that, and they've done it wonderfully. Yes. Anyway, thank you.